Welcome back for another edition of Dead End Sports 365. I'm your boy, the OG 12 Kyle, back in the building with another episode. But before I get started, let me remind you to like, subscribe, and to follow this channel on YouTube, youtube.com/ Dead End Sports. Be sure to check out the crew each and every Tuesday and Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. So, what I want to talk about on this episode is the MVP race. We just finished the regular season, and obviously, there was a lot of talk about the MVP race, who should have won, who shouldn't have won, so forth and so on. And we also saw, the winner go to the now two-time back-to-back MVP, Nikola Jokic. But it got me to thinking about another MVP race, an MVP race that I wasn't around for, and probably most of you weren't around for, and that was the 1962 MVP race. We've heard about it, but I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about this race because it was crazy, and the numbers were crazy. So let me break it down. The person who finished in fourth place was Elgin Baylor. Now, granted, Elgin Baylor only played in 48 games, but over those 48 games, he averaged 38.3 points a game, 18 rebounds, and he played 44 minutes a game. Crazy numbers. I mean, 38 and 18, that's crazy. Now, before some of you clowns out there say, oh, well, he was just playing against plumbers. Forget that, man. Relax. Don't even say that, because here's the thing. Most of you watching this and listening to this could never score 8 points in a game. So kill that noise. You know what I'm saying? So you have to respect that. No matter what the competition was, it was still professional basketball. So to average 38 and 18, that's crazy to me. I don't care what era it was in. Then coming in third place, guy that you are familiar with, Oscar Robertson. This was the first year that someone actually averaged a triple-double, and it was Oscar Robertson. This year, he averaged 30 points a game, 12 rebounds, and 11 assists per game, and he played in 79 games. Crazy, crazy stats. And again, he was the first to average a triple-double, and he finished in third place. So now I know you're wondering, who finished second? Second was my man, Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain's numbers were through the roof. I'm going to read them to you. Wilt averaged 50 points a game. Let me say that again, slow for the ones in the back. 50 points a game, 25 rebounds a game, and 11 assists per game. 11 assists per game. And he played 79 games. Crazy numbers. Nobody will ever do that. Obviously, this was the year that Wilt scored 100 points in a game. So, again, feats that will never be duplicated. He was the premier player in the league. But he finished in second place. So I know you're probably wondering, who finished first? If Wilt averaged 50 and he averaged, all of these crazy numbers, how did he finish, in second? Well, the guy who finished first was none other than Bill Russell. Bill Russell averaged 18 a game, 23 boards, and he played in 76 games. Now, those numbers pale in comparison to what Wilt did. But if you keep in mind the fact that, at this time, Bill Russell's on the championship team. Now, because, again, I wasn't around in 62, I don't know if he got the award because they won, because, now the MVP votes are all in for the regular season at the end of the regular season. I'm not sure. I'll have to check with my dad, or maybe some of you can check with your fathers or grandfathers or uncles. I think the votes came after the postseason. So if they factored into Bill Russell's play in the postseason into, him being the regular season MVP, that probably got him the victory. The Celtics were the best team that year, and they won the championship. But again, you got a guy that averages 50 and 25 a game. Come on, man. I mean, what are we talking about here? Crazy numbers. But again, those are the real MVPs. And again, I don't want to hear anything about they played against lesser competition. They played against the guys who were in front of them. And if you look at the rosters of the players on some of these opposing teams, you're talking about Hall of Famers. You're talking about people who, went on to have great basketball careers. So Wilt wasn't just playing against duds. And let me let you in on a little secret. Those 50-point games, he got those against guys like Bill Russell and Elgin Baylor. So, the level of competition was definitely there. But again, those numbers pale in comparison to what we saw this year. This year, Jokic was great. Obviously, I would have, if I had a vote, I would have voted for Embiid. Embiid was phenomenal from the start to finish. Their Booker had a great stretch there. Giannis came on at the end. So there's a lot of guys that you could have made a case for. But I just wanted to share with you guys these numbers because these numbers not only are crazy, but it also speaks volumes about the level of competition, even back in 1962. That's going to do it for me. Again, thank you for checking out this edition of Dead End Sports. Be sure to check out my page, 12 Kyle, the 12 Kyle podcast. My podcast is on all platforms. A new episode drops every Thursday at midnight. That's going to do it for me. I'll catch you guys next time. 5G.